We're gonna fly out tonight, coming back to my lovely hometown. How I missed you. You better ready tonight. We've been waiting for this for a long time. The wait is over. We're gonna stay up till the sun is high. 'Cause I've been struggling for a while just to see you again. Ako ay isang balikbayan. Ako ay isang balikbayan.
Hey yo, I'm back in a place that I never see. It's so surreal, it feels like I'm in a dream. This just used to be a place where my parents from, but when I saw it for myself, I fell in love. Basketball courts on almost every street. Kids hooping up barefoot on the concrete. Yeah, and that's what you call heart. Custom painted jeepneys, that's what you call art. So much contrast, I learned so much. Like sharing what you have, even if it's not enough. Even went down to Davao, didn't know my dad was one of 10 kids. My family's big, and my great-great-great-grandfather was French. And when you know where you came from, you know where you're going. You can find me at the beach with a crystal clear ocean. Let the good vibes soak in.
We're gonna fly out tonight, coming back to my lovely hometown. How I missed you. You better ready tonight. We've been waiting for this for a long time. The day's over. We're gonna stay up till the sun is high. 'Cause I've been struggling for a while just to see you again. Ako ay isang balikbayan. Ako ay isang balikbayan.
To all our viewers around the United States and Canada, good afternoon. My name is Jobert Opulencia, and I'm president of Orient Tours Company Limited. Welcome to the first Balikbayan Black Friday sale. The Balikbayan program of the Philippines was enacted in November 1989 to attract and encourage overseas Filipinos to visit their motherland, the Philippines. The following persons are considered balikbayans: a Filipino citizen who has been continuously out of the Philippines for a period of at least 1 year from the date of last departure; a Filipino overseas worker, otherwise known as OFW; and a former Filipino citizen who had been naturalized in a foreign country and holds a foreign passport. Throughout the years, the Balikbayans have helped the economy of the country, and for this reason, we at Orient Tours, together with our friends from various industries, have decided to make the Balikbayan Black Friday sale a reality. To our special guests, thank you very much for your heartwarming messages. I'm sure it will reach to every Balikbayan's heart to come home, be with their loved ones during the holiday season, while helping boost the economy of the country. To the hotels and resorts around the Philippines that have joined us in this project, thank you for offering these special accommodation rates and packages that would entice our Balikbayan to come home during the holiday. To Maribir, Don, Grace, Momar, and Joss, thank you very much for the time, your effort, your dedication, and your love for the Philippines that made this all possible. Kahanga-hanga kayo. Let me now call your attention to the mechanics of the sale. In your screen, you can see all a list of participating hotels and resorts together with their code and their overnight rates and packages. We have a Google form for you to fill up. Just make sure you have your name, your email address, and your phone number, and the name of the property that you are interested in booking. From there on, you will hear from the respective properties. So with this, I officially open the first Balikbayan Black Friday sale. Pilipinas muna tayo para sa ikaliligaya ng ating mahal sa buhay.
How many of our 7,641 islands have you yet to set foot in? And have you ever had the craving to taste again our authentic laing from Bicol? Or that creamy, yummy, sinful sisig from Pampanga? And of course, holiday celebrations are not complete without the roasted pig or lechon, whether from Tacloban or Cebu or from some other areas within the country that have come up with their own variety. Do you miss your reunions from your high school or college friends, or just visiting your family members and friends? Well, if you answered yes to all of this, and you have yet to complete our 7,641 islands in the country, then I have good news for you and the reason for you to come home. We have our COVID cases decreasing, our vaccination rates increasing, and I hope that builds your confidence to travel back to the Philippines. It is your patriotic shared duty with us to help the country recover from the pandemic. We have kept the borders open, in fact, for our balikbayans, our returning overseas Filipinos. And so what are you waiting for? Please support this campaign. Mag-book na, magplano na, uwi na kayo. We can't wait to have you back because it is more fun with you.
A good day to all. I'd like to congratulate Orient Tours and its president and my good friend Mr. Jobert Opilencia for organizing the Black Friday sale along with the best of our tourism industry partners that have participated. We welcome this event as the Philippines is gradually reopening to tourism, and we want to welcome back our kababayans this approaching holiday season and beyond. It hasn't been easy for the tourism industry for almost 2 years now, but we have done our best to hold each other up and stay together through the worst of times, and now look forward to the best of times to come again. We ask you, our kababayans, to help us on our road to recovery by patronizing our wonderful properties that have participated in the Black Friday sale. We are looking forward to providing you with the experiences back home and in several destinations that you have missed these several months, while at the same time helping us to rise once more. So ano pang hinihintay nyo? Let's go and remind yourself why it's more fun in the Philippines. Maraming salamat po.
kamusta uwi mo dyan, anak?
Ang mga salita mga habang may kasama ka, aking sinta, ikaw na ang tahanan at mundo. Sa pagbalik, nanatili na sa piling mo, mundo'y magiging ikaw. Halika na, sumama ka, pagmasdan ang mga dala. Aking sinta, ikaw na ang tahanan ng mundo. Sa pagbalik, mananatili na sa piling mo, mundo'y magiging ikaw. Magiging ikaw.
Across all touch points of the customer experience. So
the coming of Thanksgiving brings with it the Christmas spirit and the yearning to come home. The past 2 years have seen prolonged periods of isolation and new norms. We have long been confined to communicating with our loved ones virtually. Even traditional family celebrations like Christmas were done online. With the Philippines experiencing an improvement in COVID numbers and with more Filipinos getting vaccinated, the Philippines has resumed travel in many areas for vaccinated domestic tourists. Little by little, slowly and safely, we are reopening our destinations and resuming tourism activities. This holiday season, let us help reboot the Philippine economy and bring jobs back to our people. We invite you all to come home to the Philippines and explore its treasure trove of destinations and products with your loved ones. The Philippines, where more fun awaits to be discovered. The Philippine Department of Tourism would like to congratulate and laud Orient Tours for their continuing efforts in helping us promote Philippine tourism and tell the world that it is indeed more fun in the Philippines. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Kapag may ipagmamalaki, ang sabi nila, ibandila mo. Ang bandila, ang mukhang ihinaharap natin sa mundo. Nakamamanghang tanawin, masarap na pagkain, ala kaibigang tao, makulay na kultura. Sa digmaan, ang tagahawak ng watawat ang nasa unang hanay. May bitbit na inspirasyon. At para sa kalabang walang anyo, hugis o mukha, ang inspirasyon ay mabisang sandata. At hindi namin itinigil ang pagwagayway. Bumagal man ang ikot ng mundo, kumulimlim man na bahagya ang langit, mahahawi pa rin ang ulap at sisikat pa rin ang araw. Ganyan ang Pilipinas at ganyan ang Pilipino. Gaya ng bandila, patuloy na lilipad. Philippine Airlines, ang puso ng Pilipino.
Hi everyone, my name is Bong Bengzon. I'm with the Philippine Hotel Owners Association. I would like to congratulate Orient Tours for holding its first Black Friday sale, and to my good friend Jobert Opulencia, all the best. Cheers.
There are many whys to why people fly, despite doubt, despite worry, despite the fear they choose to bury. Their reasons can't wait, so they hurry. The excited overseas workers kept far away for a year rush to their children to hold them near. Health workers fly from one front line to another to help fight the good fight with all the courage they could muster. Vaccines are delivered from coast to coast to supply doses to those who need them the most. Family members take their flight towards loved ones waiting to reunite. There are countless reasons why you fly, and we have one, and that is why we disinfect every surface and every cranny so you can come aboard and leave your worry. With options to book seats neighbor-free, so there's space between you, she, and he. Why we pay attention to things unseen, like the air you breathe we filtered clean. Why the cabin airflow doesn't share your air, and why we prepare with utmost care. Every one of us are pilots or crew. We fly safe with help from you. Philippine Airlines, you're why we fly safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege and honor to introduce to you our major sponsor for the first Balikbayan Black Friday sale, Philippine Airlines, the heart of the Filipino. One thing we've been very, very thankful with is during the pandemic days that we have had, Philippine Airlines have not missed, nor have they stopped operating. They afforded the Filipinos the nonstop flight from New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Vancouver, and Toronto. And this, we should be very, very careful, grateful, I mean. How many airlines have closed or have stopped flying from the US, but Philippine Airlines has been there for us. So it's my honor and privilege once again to choose the most loved regional or area manager of Philippine Airlines in the New York area, Mr. Jos Vasquez.
Thank you very much, Jobert. Again, thank you for having Philippine Airlines be part of the first ever Orient Tours Black Friday sale. I would like to congratulate you in advance for this initiative. And on behalf of perhaps the Filipino-American community in the East Coast, thank you for doing this for the country and for providing the opportunity for our people to increase interest in flying to the Philippines and visit their motherland. As introduced, my name is Josh Vasquez of Philippine Airlines New York, and I would like to share with you some information about Philippine Airlines and a few updates on the travel restrictions when you fly from the US to the Philippines. So I'd like to share my screen. I prepared the deck. Out. Okay, so Philippine Airlines, as you all know, is the flag carrier of the Philippines. We are also the only full-service network airline of the country. Established in March 2021, we have become the first commercial airline in Asia, and we celebrated our 80th milestone birthday this year. Currently, we are flying to 29 destinations in the Philippines and 32 destinations in Asia, North America, Australia, Europe, and the Middle East. And I would like to also focus on some of our achievements. We were rated 4-star global airline by Skytrax in 2018, one of the major feats that we celebrated. And we were also rated a 5-star major airline by the Association of Airline Passengers, APEX, in 2020, which is a US-based organization. We were also voted the most improved airline in 2019 by Skytrax Global Survey with a ranking of 30th best airline in the world. Now, let me show you our gateway hubs in the Philippines. As you all know, Manila is where our headquarters is. It is also our major hub in the Philippines, where almost all our flights depart and arrive. But we are starting to develop also 2 other hubs in the Philippines, which is Cebu in the Visayas and Davao in Mindanao, providing more international flights, with access to these 2 hubs. So in the near future, you will be seeing more international flights depart and land in Cebu and Davao. Of course, our North America hubs are in the screen. In the United States, we have San Francisco and Los Angeles in the West Coast. And over here in the East Coast, we have New York. We also have Honolulu in Hawaii. And in Canada, we have Vancouver in the West Coast and Toronto in the East Coast. And I'm also happy to share with you that slowly we are ramping up our schedule. We are increasing our frequency. Los Angeles is now flying daily. San Francisco is also flying daily. New York, starting December, we will be flying 3 times weekly from the current 2 times weekly. Honolulu will be 2 times weekly as well. Vancouver from 3 times to 4 times. And Toronto from once a week to 2 times weekly. So hopefully when you fly to the Philippines in December, we'll see you in one of these flights. We are increasing our frequency because of the need of our kababayans who would like to spend the holidays in the Philippines. And of course, we would also like to mention as to how we are keeping our passengers safe always throughout your journey. So during the pandemic, we have redefined the travel experience of our passengers by adding extra safety measures, of course, for your health and safety and well-being when you fly with Philippine Airlines. So as you can see in the screen, we would like to ensure you that you can fly worry-free with our redefined travel experience. We have added safety measures across all touch points of the flying experience, from booking to check-in to pre-departure to Mabuhay Lounge in the Philippines when we open, when you fly, and when you arrive to your destination. I would like to put focus also on this technology, which provides extra protection while inside the aircraft. So we would like to assure our passengers that you are indeed safe when flying with Philippine Airlines. All our aircraft are equipped with HEPA filters. So basically, this technology allows vertical airflow, so it is from top to bottom. That further reduces the risk of the spread of airborne microbes. So again, it's from top to bottom, it's not side to side. No? Also, the frequency refreshed cabin air, 50% of the air in cabin is refreshed every 2 to 3 minutes. So more frequent than most indoor areas. And also, it's important that we have hospital-grade air filters that recirculates cabin air that is filtered through the HEPA filters, as mentioned, which screens 99% of airborne viruses and bacteria, including coronavirus. Now, I would also like to discuss, very important, the guide on arrival and quarantine procedures. So this is mostly one of the common questions being asked of us. What changed, you know, when you travel nowadays? So allow me to walk you through the requirements. Of course, number one is before you fly and during check-in, what you need to prepare. So number one would be all travelers should register through the Bureau of Quarantine eHealth Declaration Card, eHDC, including children. So as you can see on the screen, you will need to register through One Health Pass, which is as early as at least 24 hours before your flight. The website is onehealthpass.com.ph/eHDC. So when the system asks you if you are at the airport, just click yes and input your information. This was this is the latest update from the Philippine government. IATF resolution number 149-A has new regulations for passengers coming from yellow list countries, including the United States and Canada. No? So the new regulation would be passengers would need to present a negative RT-PCR test conducted within 72 hours prior to departure from the country of origin. Of course, so that's going to be 3 days before you depart, or you count 72 hours before your actual date of departure. You will have to undergo a PCR test and present a digital or a printed copy of the negative test. Now, the good news is upon arrival, passengers will undergo facility-based quarantine with a 3rd-day RT-PCR test, which will be done at your hotel. No, because currently the PCR test is being done on the 5th day of your arrival. Now, with the new regulation of doing it on the 3rd day, the quarantine requirement has been reduced by 2 days. So this is good news for all of us. And just so as not to confuse you, the counting of the number of days is arrival would be counted as day 1. So if you arrive on a Monday, your PCR test will be done on a Wednesday. So once the negative PCR test is released, you may be discharged from facility quarantine, and then after which you are enjoined to self-monitor at your home 14 days from the date of your arrival. So again, 3 days hotel quarantine or facility-based quarantine, and the completion of the 14-day quarantine will be done at your respective homes. And then number 3, upon check-in, you will need to sign the declaration and waiver form presented by our check-in agent, indicating that you are healthy and fit to travel. So again, basically what you will just need to prepare before you fly or upon check-in, number 1 would be registration on One Health Pass. Number 2 would be your hotel, quarantine hotel booking. And number 3, very new, negative PCR test result. And then during the flight, you'll be given forms, the Bureau of Custom form and arrival card, which you will need to fill out before you land. Ensure also that you have a copy of your One Health Pass QR code. If you don't have it, please refer to step 1 of before you fly. By the way, the link of the One Health Pass website can be found on our website, philippineairlines.com. And then when you arrive, there will be a briefing inside the aircraft, which will be conducted by the Philippine Coast Guard. And then you will have to undergo a temperature check to be conducted by BOQ. And then after that, you will have to proceed to your hotel desk. So hotel coordinators will just need to verify your hotel bookings or assist you should you need a reservation if you have not made one yet. But of course, before departure, that will be checked. So more or less, you already have this. So it will just be a quick checking of your hotel booking. Don't worry, help desks are available in various points at the airport when you arrive. If you have your documents saved in your smart devices, charging stations are also available all throughout the in various areas of the airport. And then clear with immigrations, submit arrival card, claim your baggage at designated carousel, and click with customs. The usual, submit the Bureau of Customs form, and proceed to your booked hotel through your preferred mode of transportation. And at the quarantine hotel, check in and wait for the schedule of your tests. The representatives of the laboratory will be calling you to check or align with you regarding the schedule of your PCR test. And on the day of your test, please present your passport, your QR code, and the payment receipt to the personnel who will administer your test. And then lastly, your accommodation and food during your stay, including fees due to required extension, will be at your own expense, or just in case you will need to extend. In compliance with Philippine Airlines regulation, delivery of outside food at your hotel is not allowed. Now, of course, going home, if you test positive, the BOQ shall transfer you to a designated hospital for further medical management. But of course, if you will test negative, your result will be released after 6 p.m. on the day of your quarantine stay. Your unified BOQ quarantine certificate is also auto-generated in the One Health Pass form, and then you will be allowed to check out of the hotel and proceed to your home already. And lastly, I would like to encourage everyone to enroll in Philippine Airlines Mileage Program, which we call the Mabuhay Miles. So basically, every time you fly, you'll be earning mileage, which you can use in the future to redeem for flights and service class upgrades to destination of your choice. You may even share this with family and friends. You'll also earn miles whenever you avail of the products and services of our program partners. So basically, this is something that we would like our passengers to take advantage of. These are points that you can accrue and redeem later on. And to tell you more about this, I would like to show you a video on the step-by-step guide from registration to accrual to redemption and to upgrade.
Flying to your dream destination is such a breeze with Philippine Airlines Mabuhay Miles. It's the frequent flyer program of Philippine Airlines that rewards members with free flights to your favorite destinations.
Is it easy to sign up?
Of course. Anyone above the age of 2 can enroll. And best of all, it's free. You can enroll online through the Mabuhay Miles website. Just fill out the form and check your email after to confirm your membership. You can also get the enrollment form from any Mabuhay Miles service center, Philippine Airlines ticket office, Mabuhay Miles booths, check-in counters and lounges, travel agents, Mabuhay Miles program partners, or even in flight. Just fill it out and submit the form. A temporary card will immediately be given to you. After that, you can earn miles right away. Can't get any easier than that, right?
Well, signing up does sound easy, but what about earning miles?
Stay tuned for part 2 and I'll show you how. There are 2 ways to earn Mabuhay Miles. The first way to earn miles is through flying. Just fly with Philippine Airlines or other airline partners. Miles earned will depend on the travel route and flight class. Oh, and when booking a flight or checking in, don't forget to quote your Mabuhay Miles number.
Sounds easy enough. What's the second way to earn miles?
Now comes the fun part. You can also earn miles by simply shopping, dining, driving, and unwinding. Have a credit card? Mabuhay Miles has partnered with major banks so you can earn points with every swipe. Points can then be instantly converted to miles. Just call the bank for points to miles conversion and you'll earn miles in an instant. Also earn miles whenever you book a stay at any of our hotel partners. Just quote card or card number upon checking in to earn instant miles.
You have more to say, am I right?
Of course. Renting a car through our car rental partners can also help you rack up extra miles. Just quote your card number or card before hitting the open road. Filling up at Petron can also get you more miles. Simply convert your Petron value card points to Mabuhay Miles.
Impressive. But I still think you have a few more up your sleeve.
You bet. Also earn miles when you shop at our lifestyle partners and subscribe to our telecommunications partners.
I'm definitely impressed. But what about redeeming miles? I'm not a big fan of complicated steps, you know.
Oh, don't you worry. I'll show you how in part 3. For as low as just 3,500 miles, you can already avail of free flights or a service class upgrade. Just check the domestic and international award redemption charts of the website to see how much miles are needed for your desired destination. You can redeem flights over the phone through our hotline or visit any Mabuhay Miles service center or PAL ticket office, or online. Flights can also be redeemed anytime. No more blackout days. You can even redeem flights through FlexiFlyer Flight Class. How cool is that? You're all set to fly to your destination of choice.
Sounds like a plan. But wait, what's in it for me in the long run? Do I get any other extra perks for being a loyal member?
Well, you'll have to watch the next part to know how. Each Mabuhay Miles member has 1 whole calendar year to reach higher tiers with higher benefits. Earn 25,000 flight miles or 30 one-way flights or 15 one-way business class flights on any Philippine Airlines or codeshare partners and you'll be upgraded to elite status. Push it to 45,000 flight miles, 50 one-way flights, or 25 one-way business class flights on any Philippine Airlines or codeshare partners and get upgraded to Premier Elite. And for the select few who earn a cumulative 1 million flight miles, you'll enjoy Million Miler status for life.
Amazing! Now I'm truly sold on joining. Only one more thing left to do, I guess.
That's right. Sign up now and don't keep your dream adventure waiting!
I hear you!
Thank you for that, Joss. That was a great presentation and the best news ever that we have heard before ending the week. If you may recall, about more than a week ago, we had the Secretary of Tourism, Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat, who was our special guest, and she advised us just to wait for the good news. So thank you for that. And I open now the floor for any question and answer. And I'd like to introduce Don Tagala to handle the question and answer portion. Don? Okay, Don is busy with something else, so can I call on Badette Colmenares? I think she has a question. So
can you hear me?
Are you online? Okay,
Yes, I'm online.
great.
Yeah. Thank you for that presentation. It's very nice. I have a question about the RT-PCR test, because you said we will get RT-PCR 72 hours before the flight and 3 days after when we arrive. So in a span of 7 days, we have 2 RT-PCR. Is that correct? Is that correct?
Yes, Vanet, that is correct. That is the new regulation now as per IATF resolution 148-A. That's correct. Essentially, you will have 2 PCR tests, 1 before departure, 1 after arrival.
Oh, so 3 days before the flight, I have to get it somewhere where I am, and then just present the paper when I check in. So there is no facility in the airport itself. Then I have to go back and forth, right?
What do you mean? You can have it prepared even before coming to the airport. You can have it from any laboratory, let's say in New York, or a nearby laboratory, and then just bring the negative test result upon check-in.
Oh, so
Yes.
2. I thought you only need the COVID test result. So you really need that RT pala PCR.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, that's a lot of money.
Actually, here, I don't know, in New York, it is free. The RT-PCR test is free.
But in LA.
Oh, in LA, I'm not sure. I was told that it's also free.
Oh, can you get a list? So can you ask where we can go for LA that's free? Because I look and it cost about $299. That's a lot of money.
We can ask perhaps for a list, and then we'll provide it with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay.
But that, in addition to that, of course, there are companies, there are clinics, especially at the airport, that even charges $250, $300 because they are private. But, like in New York, there are several vans that are in the street, and all you have to do is go just register. They take they take the samples they need, and within 24 hours you get the result. I have even done it on a weekly basis. Now, on other areas, of course, if you check the website, what comes out first, because they're paying money, are the clinics that are charging $250. So it is wise to check the websites of the city government, the city health office, and it will tell you, because as far as I know, there is a law that requires, each city that the PCR is free. So, it's just a matter of checking the city government website rather than just, pulling out any possible locations.
Yeah.
But when it comes to PCR, again, I think it is just but right for the Philippines to require 72 hours, because tayo mga Pilipino, within that 72 hours, libot tayo ng libot. Shopping dito, shopping doon, last minute, papunta na nga tayo sa airport, di ba? May binibili tayo.
Oo.
So that's another thing. Then pagdating mo pa sa Pilipinas, of course, you know, in the airport, I still believe on wearing the mask. It's
Yeah.
convenient, but it will save you. I have traveled even with DOT to Miami, to Atlanta, and you know, we just observed the strict safety protocol, and we came out negative. I don't know, but I'm having myself check every week. So that's
Yeah.
my opinion about it.
One of
Yeah,
the can I say something else? One of the reasons why I chose LA as against New York, although I live in New York, is because when you leave from New York, you go straight to Manila, and Manila is your quarantine point. But my ending point is Cebu. So which means
No, it's
why?
still fine. You can still get it from New York as long, because the flight you have to check in at nighttime, right? To catch the early morning flight. If you take it like 48 hours before, this is our suggestion to the passengers, take it 48 hours before your flight. In the case of New York, it's 5 o'clock. They close the vans. They stop operating at 5 o'clock. So if you take it at 4:30, 48 hours prior to your departure, then you are assured that the PCR test is still valid because it's 72 hours, even if the flight is delayed. If you are connecting in Manila for Cebu, or connecting in Los Angeles for Cebu, then it will still be valid. The PCR, if you take it 48 hours, by the time you check in Los Angeles, that PCR is still valid. Am I right? Yes.
That's not my concern. My concern is when I go down Manila, I am transferring to Cebu. So my entry point is from New York to Manila, right? So
But you can still fly from Cebu, from Los Angeles to Cebu. Use the PCR that you got from New York.
No, I think, I think Jobert is correct. No, Vanet, no, even before you depart New York, you can already take your PCR test here if that will be within the 72-hour window, your flight from Los Angeles to Cebu. But I took note of your concern, no, that you are flying out of LA because you want to land in Cebu and you want to do the quarantine in Cebu. Marivir told me about it. But Jobert is correct. That's a very good point. You can even take your PCR test even before you depart New York, if you are just connecting in Los Angeles. So you can, but anyway, I also posted in the chat box a link where you can look for a free testing site if you want to do it in Los Angeles.
Yes.
There are several testing sites in LA that offer free service. So you can check the chat box, Vanet.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Josh and Jobert. Thank you for the info.
You're welcome. Thank you for your
Take care
question.
of yourself always, Vedette. I call on there's somebody, Janet, you has a question. Janet, are you around? Can you please unmute Janet? Janet, are you around? Okay, so can I request Maribir to play the next video? Thank you, Joss. those watching, please take note of the code that is shown below the video. These are the codes reflecting the properties that are on that have accommodation vouchers for sale and packages. So if you look at the Blue Water, there are 3 codes. So look at those codes, and if you're interested, those are the codes that you have to use. Again, please look at these codes. This is what I'm referring to. For Blue Water Maribago, BFS 2107. Blue Water Panglao, FS 2108. And for Blue Water Sumilon, BFS 2108. There's just a correction for Blue Water Sumilon. The code should be BFS 2109. 2109. Okay, what you're seeing right now are the participating hotels. Later on, we'll be showing you the packages and the pricing that they have sent us. And it will be played over and over again, so watch out. And you will eventually see. But for now, these are the participating properties.
Wake up to a place that ignites a fire in the heart. A sanctuary that turns idyllic reveries to blissful realities. A world of possibilities just waiting for you to take the plunge. A sweet haven of delights to indulge your senses. A temple celebrating new life hopeful expectations, and a bright tomorrow. A challenge revealing a heart of courage that reaps great victories. A gathering of spirits where energy and excitement flow in the mind and soul. A medley of once immeasurable joys. A place where life is rich.
Kingsford Hotel Manila offering for Black Friday sale at $188 2-night stay in a deluxe room with breakfast for two. Terms and condition, voucher's validity will be until 2023. Voucher is transferable at one time. Voucher's rate in US dollar. Voucher is non-cancelable and non-refundable once purchased.
Kapag may ipagmamalaki, ang sabi ni Kapag may ipagmamalaki, ang sabi nila, ibandila mo. Ang bandila, ang mukhang ihinaharap natin sa mundo. Nakamamanghang tanawin, masarap na pagkain, ala kaibigang tao, makulay na kultura. Sa digmaan, ang tagahawak ng watawat ang nasa unang hanay. May bit-bit na inspirasyon. At para sa kalabang walang anyo, hugis o mukha, ang inspirasyon ay mabisang sandata. At hindi namin itinigil ang pagwagayway. Bumagal man ang ikot ng mundo, umulimlim man na bahagya ang langit. Mahahawi pa rin ang ulap at sisikat pa rin ang araw. Ganyan ang Pilipinas at ganyan ang Pilipino. Gaya ng bandila, patuloy na lilibad. Philippine Airlines, ang puso ng Pilipino.
This question has been asked.
Hi, I'm Brett Maverick, and today we're going fishing.
This question has been asked every single day.
Uy, Bit-Bit, saka mo balik sa Pilipinas.
Good morning to everybody. I am Margie Mansayak of the Hotel Sales and Marketing Association of the Philippines. HSMA is an association made up of Director of Sales and Marketing from 3, 4, and 5-star hotels and resorts located all over the Philippines. And we're all excited to be with you today. Why? Number one, this is the first day of the Grand Black Friday sale. And of course, because Christmas is just around the corner, and I'm very sure si Jo Marie Chan ay matagal na pong sumisilip sa inyong mga bahay. And so we from the HSMA invite you, our dearest kababayans, to come home for Christmas. This might be your first chance to return since the start of the pandemic, and we would like you to take advantage of the very special packages that our members have prepared for you and are available in this Black Friday sale. Congratulations and thank you, Jobert Opulencia, for this grand Black Friday sale. You know, when Jobert called us a few months ago and shared his vision of a Black Friday sale that will provide a platform to help jumpstart tourism in the Philippines from our kababayans all over the world, most especially from North America. And, you know, all of our members got so excited and you gave their all-out support for this special program, for this special activity that Jobert has put together. And, you know, we guarantee you the best available rates and packages you will ever find for the Philippines when you come home this Christmas. Or even when you come home anytime, in 2022 or 2023. And I'm very sure all of these special packages will make you want to come home and visit your families and rediscover your beautiful country, the Philippines. And this is so timely that it's happening today. You know, because restrictions are slowly being eased for our returning kababayans to the Philippines, and more provinces are opening borders for leisure tourists. And, you know, you will have all the opportunity, you know, to have that dream vacation that you have all wanted for your families, for you to celebrate Christmas and to celebrate life. And, you know, we are also very thankful that the Secretary of Tourism, Secretary Bernadette Romulo Puyat, worked so hard to have our tourism workers to be fully vaccinated so that you will all feel safe and confident to come home and stay in our beautiful resorts all over the Philippines. Yes, you know, Secretary Puyat made possible that, you know, 90 to 100% of our tourism workers in our major cities and major tourist destinations are fully vaccinated. And so with the Black Friday sale, more and more people can enjoy the joys of being home without emptying their wallets. Yes, you know, all our prices are so attractive, affordable, that, you know, you would just want to say, yes, we're coming home now and spending the holidays with our beloved families. And they say too that, you know, let's come home for Christmas. Bakit? Because there is no such place as home to celebrate Christmas and the holidays. Tara na, balik na tayo sa Pinas. Thank you very much, and we hope that you will have a grand time, you know, planning your vacation, planning your trip back to the Philippines. Maayong Pasko, Merry Christmas, maligayang Pasko sa inyong lahat.
Thank you for joining us today, and I hope you have enjoyed your holiday shopping. Maraming salamat po.